Hey guys, it's Mike and Tegan here with Radical Reptile Fun, and we just wanted to explain to you what's been going on recently. As you've seen from some of our Facebook posts, you can tell we haven't been having the best of times and have been coming across with a few mishaps. You guys are a part of our Radical family too, so we did want to make this video explaining everything that's been going on and keep you guys in the loop.
As most of you know, September 14th, I was rear-ended on our way to a show. Luckily, everybody was safe in the other car, and all the animals except for George were safe in my car. Now, George was in a really big cooler. Many of you have seen his cooler before. Now, the cooler didn't move during the accident. However, George did move during the accident and was slammed to the front of the cooler. George was not feeling well after that accident. And because of that, we took him to the vet instantly to make sure that he was okay. At the vet, we did find out that he did have a spinal fracture, as you can see by the images here. If you look, there's a little cut within the spine. That's the spinal fracture. Now, luckily, the spinal fracture will heal itself over time, but we have had to quarantine George off and give him lots of medications.
Where George's fracture is right in between his front left and right leg, where all the nerve endings are. He was having some issues putting weight onto his front left leg and moving it, and the vet's pretty nervous he won't be able to climb again. Well, luckily, within the last couple of weeks using his medication, George has been able to put weight on his left-hand leg, and he is able to move it. Not like he could, but his energy and his attitude is definitely returning to what he was. He's a fearsome beast again. But even though he is starting to feel better, we have made the decision to retire him from birthdays going forward. George is an older lizard. He's about 12 years old for those of you that don't know. And Argus monitors only live for about 15 to 20 years. With his injury and his pre-existing scoliosis that he had when we rescued him, which has been flared up because of the accident as well, we've decided to just take him off of birthdays going forward. Depending on how he heals, he may or may not be at larger shows like our ostrich festivals or the library shows that we do going forward if it's a smaller, not as long event for him to be on the stage, but we're going to have to see how he heals.
And now for some more unfortunate news. On September 9th, Pancake, our male Woma python, passed away. It was a little emotional for me because Pancake, I raised him from a baby. He was a runt at a reptile show back in 2009, and his previous owners didn't think he was actually going to make it. I bought Pancake because he was extremely pretty looking and couldn't wait to have a Woma python in my collection.
Pancake's loss was really devastating for both of us. Pancake was an original animal that we started Radical with. He started the very first year when we only had 2 shows, and he's grown with us as Radical has grown. And it was really hard. Pancake is one of the reasons why I fell in love with reptiles, and I wanted to do this and educate people about it. So losing him was definitely very difficult for both Michael and I. So what happened to Pancake? About 2 weeks before he passed away, he was starting to show signs of a respiratory illness. We took Pancake to the vet, they checked him out, gave us antibiotics, and we took him home to continue treatment. Within that week, he started to decline rapidly, and we were really nervous. We've seen bacterial infections before because we do rescue a lot of animals and treat them. However, we've never seen something acting as quickly as this. As Pancake was declining so rapidly, we made the decision to bring him back to the vet a week after his initial appointment. On the way there, that is when he unfortunately passed away.
This passing was extremely hard for us. But not only Pancake's passing was difficult, Waffles, our black-headed python, was also showing signs of the same symptoms. This was troubling because Waffles and Pancake went to the same show together when we started noticing Pancake got sick. And because Waffles is in the same genus as Pancake, we figured that Waffles might have the same type of infection as Pancake did. So we took Waffles to the vet as well to get Waffles checked up on.
The vet took Waffles back, and it turns out she had a plaque buildup on the top of the roof of her mouth, and this is called stomatitis, also commonly known as mouth rot. The vet wasn't sure exactly how she got it, whether it was an infected tooth or if she rubbed herself the wrong way when she was shedding, but either way, she did have this bacterial infection. So we decided to remove the mouth rot and take her home to start doing antibiotics right away.
Because of Pancake's passing, we decided to do a necropsy on him. A necropsy is where they do an examination after a death of an animal. This way we could have figured out why Pancake passed away. While we were treating Waffles' stomatitis, Waffles' weight declined rapidly. Waffles lost 400 grams in less than 4 days. That's a lot for a snake her size. So we took Waffles back to the vet. While at the vet gave us Pancake's necropsy results. They found out that Pancake died of septicemia as well as pneumonia. And because Waffles was showing such a rapid decrease in her weight, the vet recommended that we do viral testing on both Pancake and Waffles. This way we can make sure that none of the other animals within our collection would also get this same virus and we could quarantine properly.
This was stressful because we had already lost Pancake and were battling to keep Waffles alive. Our vet sent off the samples and we had to wait for a week to get the results back. The reason why this is so nerve-wracking is because there's many different types of viral infections that can infect a reptile, but there are literally no vaccines for a reptile. So how you can easily vaccinate your dogs, your cats, or even yourselves against common viruses, the science just isn't there yet for reptiles.
And unfortunately, there's no way to tell if the animal is sick or not unless you test for it, or they're showing clinical signs. A perfectly healthy snake could easily spread this virus to others and not show any signs of the virus being in its body.
About a week later, we got the test results back, and Waffles and Pancake both tested positive for a strain of Nidovirus that is common in pythons and boas. This, though, was good news for us. We thought it would be a more devastating virus that could have infected and killed our entire collection.
So what is Nidovirus?
Great question. We are still learning about this virus, but from our understanding, Nidovirus is a broad term for many different strains of viruses that can be found in reptiles. So these types of viruses present themselves in their hosts as common bacterial infections like a respiratory illness or stomatitis, which Pancake and Waffles both had.
And that was our mistake. The antibiotics that we were giving these snakes helps in treating bacterial infections, not viral infections.
And that's why we're still learning about this virus. It was first discovered in ball pythons in the 1990s, and unfortunately there hasn't been a lot of research on it since. Since Pancake and Waffles tested positive for the strain of Nidovirus that is found in boas and pythons, we decided to be proactive and test the remaining animals in our collection. The reason why we decided to test the remaining animals in our collection is because we want to make sure we keep our animals healthy so they can still continue to do our educational shows.
Based on our vet's recommendation, we decided to go with Fishhead Diagnostics to test all of our snakes. This is one of their brochures. In their brochure, it tells you exactly how to swab a snake, which you'll see in a video later. It also gives you all the necessary tools to swab the snakes to test for the virus. They even give you a tracking label to actually send back to their lab so they can test it. Fishhead Diagnostics is not only the leading testing in it, they are also trying to combat the virus.
Fishhead Diagnostics have found that almost 30% of all animals tested have tested positive for Nidovirus. Even if you have a perfectly healthy animal, it can be a carrier for this virus and potentially affect others in a collection. So the virus is spread through mucus. So if a snake sneezes on another snake, if it drools on another snake, or if it swallows a mucus ball and then goes to the bathroom and another snake happens to go through it, that is how this disease is spread. That's why at shows we always ask people to wash their hands before and after they touch our animals, and also not to touch their faces, because we don't know what's on your hands and we don't want our snakes to be getting sick. Now, again, we have no idea how this virus got into our collection, but that again is why we are being proactive so we can prevent any further spread of this virus.
We're going to be inserting some clips of us actually doing the testing. In the clips, you're going to see our two radical crew members as well as best friends, Kathy and Josh. Now, you're going to see us opening mouths and swabbing all 26 snakes. We are about to Nido test our biggest snake, Hopal here. She's 14 feet, really close to about 90-ish pounds. It's gonna take all three of us. We actually have Kathy and Josh over here. Kathy and Josh have been helping us out throughout the entire process. Kathy's gonna swab Hopal, I'm gonna grab Hopal, and Josh is gonna open up Hopal's mouth. Josh has been killing it with that, and Kathy's been killing it with the swab. So what we're gonna do now, so here we go. Just gonna tell Hopal that everything's okay, so that way she doesn't think she's getting fed or anything like that. I wouldn't grab it all, just get it on there. Or not all of it, but just, yeah.
Back on Monday with these tests, so we'll be making another video showing you guys the results. I may be the only one there because we have another announcement to make as well. If you guys didn't see on Facebook, Michael is going to be having an exciting opportunity to be going out of the country for the next 2 months.
That's right. My 9 to 5 job is sending me down there to train agents. This is super exciting for me because I've never been to the Philippines, and they have some of the most diverse wildlife that you can ever see there, as well as some of the most amazing sights you'll ever get to see.
So after Michael's been down there for a few months, me, Kathy, and Josh are all going to fly down in December to meet him, and we're going to be island hopping, seeing some very cool animals, and we're also going to be flying down to Indonesia to see Komodo dragons.
It's going to be super exciting to see all those different animals, and I definitely cannot wait. Now, the biggest reason why we made this video is because we want to make sure that all of you don't have to go through the same thing that we had to go through.
So thank you guys so much for watching, and sorry that we haven't been as present on our social media platforms or as interactive. And we're also sorry that some of the animals have been taken off for shows going forward. When we do come back, we will give you a full update on the site and what our next steps are, which animals have it, and we'll try to keep you in the loop.
We hope you all have a radical day.